Okay, so let's take a look at question 2 on 2018, paper 1. So 2018, paper 1. Okay, so this is obviously a complex number question, so we should be answering these really well, and they tend to come up every year. So let's take a look at what it says. Z1 is equal to this guy here. Z2 is equal to this guy here. And that's the usual complex number business. And then we're told that Z3 is equal to Z1, take away Z2. And we're asked to plot Z1, Z2, and Z3. So the first two are going to be quite straightforward. Plot Z1. So it's minus 2 plus 3i. So it's minus 2 plus 3i. So it's about there. So that's where Z1 is. And then we're asked to plot Z2. So Z2 will be minus 3 minus 2i. So Z will be down there. So these two are plotted. But I now need to plot Z3. And to get Z3, I need to take some stuff away here. So it's Z1, which is minus 2 plus 3i. And I have to take away Z2. I need that. I need those brackets there because if I didn't have them, I wouldn't know to do the sign change. Okay, so it's just keeping everything kind of in order. So Z3 is now equal to minus 2 plus 3i plus 3 plus 2i. So Z3 must equal minus 2 plus 3 is 1, plus 3i plus 2i is 5i. So I now know what Z3 looks like, and it's 1 plus 5i, so it's 1. So I go out to here, then I go all the way up to 5i. So he's up there, and that's where Z3 is. We then have some stuff here. We have to investigate if this thing here, investigate if, can we remember what those lines mean? Yeah, so they're known as modulus, right? So we're looking for that distance. Z3, we're looking for the distance between Z3 and all the way down to the origin, that distance in there. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of work for us to do. So our system is we use the formula in the coordinate geometry section. So the coordinates of Z3 are going to be 1, 5, and the coordinates of down here are going to be 0, 0. So we go, it's the square root. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it up here. Square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So I'm going to use that formula. Okay, so I need to label up my points next. I might go back to my red pen and I'll call this x1, y1, x2, y2. Right, and then back to blue. So we now have the square root of, that's going to be 0 minus 1 squared plus 0 minus 5 squared. And I put that into my calculator, and that gives me the square root of 26, I think. 0 minus 1 squared plus 0 minus 5 squared equals the square root of 26. Yeah. So it's the square root of 26. Okay, so we've done that thing there. I now need to check, investigate. I need to check, is this thing equal to this thing over here? Okay, so it's this thing for Z1 anyway, which is the distance from Z1 to the origin. So let's work out that distance now. So we're going to use the same formula. So I need to label up my points. Z1, the coordinates of Z1 are minus 2, 3. So I now go square root of 0. Oh, label up my points, back into red maybe. And I'm going to call these x1, y1 now. Maybe put a line through these so I won't confuse myself. Okay. 0, 0 minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 3 squared. Okay, that's quite good. We can put that into our calculator. And we go square root of start bracket 0 minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 3 squared equals square root of 13. It's equal to the square root of 13. And now I have one more to do, because that's Z1. So this thing here is equal to the modulus of Z3. This thing is equal to the modulus of Z1. I now need to work out the modulus of Z2. So I'm now looking for this distance in here. So he's going to equal the square root of 0 points minus 3 minus 2, and that's going to be x1 y1. So it's 0 minus 3 squared plus 0 minus 2 squared. The square root of all of that. So Z1 is equal to, I can do something interesting here. I can change the minus 3 into a 2. I can change the minus 2 into a 3. I need an extra minus. Sorry, I'm working on my calculator here. Yeah. So that's equal to the square root of 13 also. So we now need to check, is the square root of 26, is that equal to the square root of 13 plus the square root of 13? And the answer is no. Because the square root of 26 is 5.099. Is that equal to the square root of 13? Which is 3.6. So 3.6 plus 3.6 is not equal. Yeah. Okay, that's that job done. Now into part C. Oh, look at that, we're nearly finished question 2. So into part C then, and we have to divide Z1 by Z2. So maybe we might just, can I copy and paste something here? I'm going to copy this line here. Copy. And here, I'll paste it in there. Ah. That's better. Okay, so I can now see my information. So I'm now going to go with Z4. Z4 is equal to, big long line here, Z1, which is minus 2 plus 3i, and we're going to divide that by Z2, which is minus 3 minus 2i. So we put that in brackets, 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 we put that in brackets. So our system for dividing complex numbers is what? How do we divide a complex number? I have to multiply the bottom by something. So what do I multiply the bottom by? Yeah, it's minus 3 plus 2i, and we call this the conjugate. So this thing here is the conjugate of this thing, and this thing is the conjugate of this thing, okay? And to get the conjugate, we change the sign on front of the imaginary part. Next job, minus 2, sorry, nearly fell into a trap there. Because I multiplied the bottom by minus 3 plus 2i, I also multiplied the top by exactly the same thing. And now it's just straightforward multiplication. So let's do that multiplication now. Minus 2 and minus 3 is plus 6. Minus 2 by 2i is minus 4i. Plus 3i by minus 3 is minus 9i. And then plus 3i by 2i is going to be plus 6i squared. So that's equal to, oh, sorry, through the denominator also. Right, minus 3 by minus 3 is plus 9. Minus 3 by 2i is minus 6i. Minus 2i by minus 3 is plus 6i. And then minus 2i by plus 2i is minus 4i squared. So that's now equal to 6 minus 13i plus 6. And we can turn this I squared here. What do we turn that I squared into again? I can turn into a minus 1. 9 plus 0 minus 4 times minus 1. So now minus 6 times minus 1. If I multiply 6 by minus 1, I get minus 6. Minus 13i, and I already had 6 up there. That's going to be all over 9 plus 4, because I have a minus 1 multiplying a minus 4. So that's now going to be minus 13i over 13, and that's going to equal I, or 1i. In fact, minus 1i. Yep, I think that's it. So that's question 2 done.